where opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere and doors you never knew existed swing open for you. What if the key to unlocking this kind of wealth is not in working harder or chasing luck, but in something far more mysterious and powerful, a single prayer? Yes, you heard that right. One prayer, spoken or even heard just once, can shift the energy around you in ways most people can hardly believe. Ancient traditions across the world tell of words so charged with power that they change the flow of life itself. Kings, merchants, and wise mystics once guarded these words as closely as a treasure chest. And yet, through the quiet passage of time, fragments of this sacred knowledge have found their way into our modern world. Hidden in old manuscripts, whispered in forgotten rituals, and carried through generations by those who dared to keep the secret alive. Today, you are about to hear one of those rare prayers. It isn't just any set of words. It carries a vibration that aligns your heart with the energy of abundance. People who have spoken it with faith tell stories of sudden financial breakthroughs, unexpected gifts, new opportunities, even debts mysteriously resolved. These are not fairy tales. They are accounts that echo from distant temples, ancient marketplaces, and quiet sanctuaries where faith and intention met the unseen forces of the universe. In this video, you will discover why such prayers were once reserved for the few. You will learn the surprising science behind why focused words can rewire the way money flows into your life. You will understand how the energy of sound can influence your own mindset and attract what you once thought impossible. Most people have never been told these truths. But by the end of this video, you will not only hear the prayer itself, you will know exactly how to receive its blessing and how to prepare your heart so its power can reach you fully. Stay with me until the very end, because it's not just about hearing the prayer. It's about understanding the hidden steps that make it work. Miss even a moment and you may miss the very detail that turns a simple set of words into a force that changes your life. Welcome to Bright Mind Within, the place where ancient wisdom meets the modern path to abundance. If you are ready to open yourself to unexpected wealth and powerful transformation, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join our growing family of seekers. Your journey to a life of prosperity begins right now. Prayer has always been more than a quiet moment of words. It is a bridge between what we see and what we hope for. On a spiritual level, prayer carries the energy of intention. When you speak or even listen with an open heart, you send a signal that reaches beyond ordinary thought. It is like tuning a radio to a higher frequency. Ancient cultures believed that these spoken vibrations connect us to a source of infinite supply, a force greater than any single person. Psychologically, prayer creates focus. When you put your needs and dreams into words, your mind begins to shift. Worry starts to soften. A sense of purpose takes root. Modern studies show that people who pray or meditate regularly experience lower stress and a clearer vision of their goals. This mental clarity often leads to practical changes, better decisions, sharper awareness, and a natural openness to opportunities that might have gone unnoticed. The energetic side of prayer is just as powerful. Words carry vibration. The tone of your voice, the rhythm of the prayer, the feeling behind it, these create subtle waves that move through your body and into the space around you. Many people describe moments when, after a sincere prayer, something unexpected happened, a call for a job, a sudden chance to pay off a debt, or a new idea that turned into profit. This is not magic, and it is not a trick. It is faith in action. Prayer aligns the heart and mind so they work together with the unseen forces of life. When that alignment happens, doors open in ways that seem almost impossible to explain. Each word becomes more than sound, it becomes a gentle push that moves your life toward the abundance you have been asking for. The prayer you are about to hear carries echoes from some of the world's oldest spiritual traditions. For centuries, people in many cultures turned to sacred words to call in prosperity and protection. Ancient texts from the Middle East, India, and early Christian communities speak of verses believed to invite divine favor. In temples and quiet sanctuaries, these prayers were passed down from teacher to student, often spoken at sunrise when the mind was still and the world was silent. They were seen as keys to the unseen, a way to draw blessings that ordinary effort alone could not secure. Across continents, the practice of using affirmations and prayers to welcome abundance has followed a strikingly similar pattern. In Hindu traditions, mantras have long been chanted to open pathways for wealth and opportunity. In Old Hebrew teachings, psalms were recited to bring daily needs and unexpected gifts. Even in early Buddhist communities, simple phrases of gratitude and faith were repeated to shift the energy around money and material support. These practices all rest on the belief that spoken words carry creative power, and that repeating them with devotion shapes the reality that follows. Modern research now offers a perspective that meets this ancient wisdom halfway. Studies in psychology and neuroscience reveal that when people focus their thoughts on abundance rather than lack, the brain responds. Regions linked to motivation and problem-solving become more active. This mindset change can lead to different choices, taking opportunities, noticing resources, or creating ideas that bring real financial improvement. Researchers studying intention and manifestation find that a focused, positive expectation often sparks subtle but meaningful changes in behavior, which in turn draws real-world results. The old masters may have called it divine blessing, science calls it a shift in perception and energy, but the effect remains unmistakable. Take a slow, deep breath and let every sound settle gently into your heart. Listen as these words move through you. Let them rise like a quiet wave of light. Source of all abundance. I open my life to your endless flow. Bless my hands with work that brings good to all. Bless my mind with ideas that create wealth. Fill my path with opportunities unseen. And give me the wisdom to walk through every open door. May the riches of the universe move freely to me. And through me, to bless the lives of others. I am grateful for what is already mine. And for the blessings still on their way. Pause now. Let each phrase echo in the silence. Feel the strength behind every line. If you wish, speak the words again in a whisper. Source of all abundance. I open my life to your endless flow. Let these sounds drift deeper. Imagine them as a golden thread weaving through every part of your life. Breathe slowly, and allow a quiet trust to grow. This is not about perfect recitation. It is about opening a space inside you where belief and possibility meet. Close your eyes if you can. Let gratitude fill the space around you. With every breath, allow the meaning of these words to settle. Open your heart, even if only a little more than before. Believe, not with force, but with the gentle knowing that something greater hears you now. The opening words, source of all abundance, set the tone for everything that follows. They recognize a power beyond our limited understanding, whether you call it God, the universe, or simply the life force that sustains everything. By naming this source, you shift attention away from fear and scarcity. It reminds you that wealth is not only about hard work, it also flows from a larger, infinite supply. I open my life to your endless flow is a call to release resistance. Many of us hold hidden beliefs that money is difficult or that we are not worthy of receiving. These words invite a mental and emotional opening. The phrase endless flow is a symbol of constant movement, like a river that never runs dry, showing that abundance is not a one-time gift but an ongoing current. Bless my hands with work that brings good to all carries a double meaning. Hands represent action, the work you do in the world. By asking for blessing, you align your labor with something beneficial, reminding yourself that wealth grows stronger when it creates value for others. It also signals that prosperity is not only personal gain, it is a shared blessing. Bless my mind with ideas that create wealth speaks of the power of thought. Ideas are seeds. When nurtured, they lead to opportunities and solutions. This line invites clarity, creativity, and the courage to act on new possibilities. May the riches of the universe move freely to me, and through me, to bless the lives of others shows that true prosperity is not meant to be hoarded. The words move freely release fear of loss and encourage generosity. Gratitude appears again in I am grateful for what is already mine, anchoring the heart in appreciation and reinforcing the belief that more will naturally follow. The best time to let this prayer enter your life is when the world is still. Early morning, before the rush of the day, carries a natural sense of renewal. Your mind is fresh, your heart is open, and the quiet makes every word feel alive. Night is just as powerful. When the day is done and your thoughts have slowed, the prayer can settle deep into your subconscious, where it continues to work as you sleep. Choose whichever time calls to you. What matters is that you feel undisturbed. You do not need to repeat it endlessly. One sincere recitation is enough to plant the seed. If you feel drawn to listen or speak it daily, that is your choice. The strength lies in the depth of belief, not in the number of times the words are said. Even a single moment of genuine openness carries more energy than 100 careless repetitions. Create a setting that supports stillness. Find a space where you will not be interrupted, a corner of your room, a spot near a window, or even a quiet place outdoors. Dim the lights or light a candle if it helps you feel at peace. Let the environment remind you that this is a sacred pause, a few minutes set apart from ordinary noise. Hold the prayer with a heart of trust and gratitude. Let faith guide you, even if you cannot yet see how abundance will arrive. Release any tension or doubt. You are not trying to force an outcome. Instead, you are opening a door and allowing life to respond. Gratitude for what you already have invites more, while trust allows unseen possibilities to unfold without fear or struggle. There is a story of a woman who had been struggling for months to keep her small shop open. Bills piled up, customers were few, and every night she went to bed wondering how she would make it through another week. After hearing this very prayer, she decided to sit quietly each morning and listen with a heart wide open. Within 2 weeks, a longtime acquaintance unexpectedly offered a partnership and helped her restock her shop. Sales began to rise, and what once felt like an ending became the start of a stronger business. Another account tells of a man who carried heavy debt after years of unstable work. He chose to repeat the prayer only once, just before sleep, with no expectation other than a sense of calm. Days later, a former colleague called to offer him a position that not only covered his bills but opened a path to steady income. He described the experience as a shift in his thinking. Instead of fear, he began each day with quiet confidence. One more example comes from a young student who felt lost about her future. She listened to the prayer while sitting in a quiet park, letting the words settle without trying to control the outcome. A few days later, she received an unexpected scholarship notification, an award she hadn't even applied for directly. She later said that the real gift was not just the money but the feeling that life was opening new doors. Stories like these appear again and again. People speak of sudden opportunities, chance meetings, or a simple but powerful change in how they see themselves and their finances. There is no promise that it will happen in the same way for everyone, yet many describe the same pattern. When they pray with genuine faith, something begins to shift, inside and out. Prayer opens the heart, but it does not replace the work that turns dreams into reality. The words you speak create focus and invite guidance, yet it is your daily actions that give those words shape. After you pray, look for the quiet signals that show you where to move next. It might be a new idea that flashes in your mind, a chance conversation that offers direction, or a sudden clarity about the next step in your career or business. These moments are the bridge between the inner and outer world. Faith and effort belong together. The prayer plants the seed, but your planning and steady work are the soil and sunlight that help it grow. If you feel inspired to update your resume, start a project, or learn a new skill, see these impulses as part of the answer to your prayer. Taking action is not a sign of doubt. It is a sign that you trust the guidance you have asked for. It is also important to release the need for instant results. Real change often unfolds quietly and at its own pace. Some blessings appear quickly, while others develop over weeks or months as you keep moving forward. Patience is not passive waiting, it is an act of confidence that what you seek is already in motion. Hold on to faith even when you cannot yet see the outcome. Continue to show up for your own life, saving a little each week, making thoughtful decisions, improving your skills. This combination of prayer and effort creates a partnership with the unseen forces you have called upon. Over time, the small and steady steps you take will meet the opportunities that prayer has invited, and together they will shape the abundance you are ready to receive. As you reach the end of this message, let your heart stay open. The words you have heard tonight are more than a collection of sounds. They are a seed, one that can grow into a life of greater abundance if you nurture it with faith and gentle care. Be thankful for the blessings you already hold, no matter how small they seem. Gratitude is the doorway through which more can enter. When you notice and appreciate what is already present, you invite the universe to give you even more to celebrate. Whenever you feel ready, return to this prayer. Listen again when the moment calls you. Believe, quietly and without forcing, knowing that what is meant for you is already on its way. May peace fill your mind. May opportunities find your path. And may the light of abundance guide every step you take. If this prayer has touched you, or if you feel its calm presence within you, please like this video and subscribe to our channel, Bright Mind Within. Together we will continue exploring the wisdom that awakens prosperity and joy. Allow the final notes of this blessing to linger as the soft music carries you into the stillness of your own heart.